Hello guys, this is Paul the auto technician from Paul Nash Automobiles KE, and today I'm working on this 1992 Isuzu Trooper or Isuzu Trooper or even Isuzu Bighorn. It has a problem with these lights here. We have a lighting issue that we want to check out and see where the problem is. Now earlier on I had diagnosed it and I tested the ground circuit and it turned out to be fine. So after that I connected the power feed to the lights directly to this battery right here, and the lights were switched on without any issue. Didn't have a short, didn't have a melt or anything. So what I did is I suspected that the problem could be on the switch assembly, the headlight switch assembly. Now when we look at our battery right here, it is okay. You can see that that green indication that the battery is healthy and fine. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to show a very quick and simple method. It's a trick actually to troubleshoot and to diagnose and troubleshoot electrical problems in any car, for that matter. All cars, they don't look alike, but that's a general way of directing you towards where the problem is, in case you want to do it fast and you don't want to go through a lot of heartache. So right now I want to go ahead and put dashboard panel trim so that I can access this switch right here, this electrical light switch. Then I show you that trick. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos and share them with your friends. So let's kick it off. Okay, the trim is out and I've already taken the switch out also from the trim. This is a switch assembly right here. So it has it's a 6-pin connector switch assembly, and now this is the knob, then the positioning knob. So what we are going to do, we have the connectors right here. We will back probe these connectors. After I connect the battery under the hood. After I connect the battery, we'll back probe these connectors and see which one is giving us ground and the power. So before we start working on it, I want us to have a better understanding of what we're dealing with right here. Now this is the diagram that I had prepared earlier on to show you briefly, and it's a sketch, it's a rough sketch showing what we are working on and how we need to do about it. This is the trick that I was telling you to easily diagnose and troubleshoot an electrical problem. So first of all, we have this battery right here, and the capacity of that battery is 12.6 volt. So the battery supplies its power to the fuse box. We have here the fuse. These fuses are for protecting our circuit, and we have a relay right here. This one here, this is the lighting relay, and the relay, this is a typical 4-pin relay. We have the lights here, the lights assembly. We have the switch here, which is our main point of concern right now. So in our ICUs, this is our main point of concern right now, because we don't have an ECU in our ICUs. So to explain to you briefly what is happening here, this relay here is very useful and helpful in any electrical circuit that you have. The relay is very, very useful. Without the relay, I don't think there's much that can go on in an electrical circuit, because like for example, if I might ask This battery, it has a 12.6 volt battery, and there are so many accessories in the vehicle and around the vehicle. We have the blower motors, we have the air cons, we have the auxiliary additions, and the music system, the sound system, we have the wipers, and we have the lighting, the indicators. So all those electrical accessories and components, they demand a lot of electrical current. Now, the battery is helped to supply all the demands through the alternator or the generator, because it charges the battery. But apart from that, that is not still enough to manage the electrical system of a vehicle. So we have a relay here. What happens with this relay? It has this winding, coil winding, that induces current. It's an electromagnetic coil winding. So when this relay is energized, it's powered from this point here. This is a splice here. You can see we have a splice on this line here to power the pin 30 and the pin 85. So what happens here, this could be pin 85 or pin 86, doesn't matter. What happens is when the power comes and into this pin 85, then the relay is grounded. This electrical coil is energized and excited. So it generates that current, the current that we need. And after it does that, this pin closes here. This contact, it closes on this one here. And finally, power is transmitted to the load or the components. So in this case, we have the fuse already. Sometimes this can be an arrangement where you power the ignition switch on. It can be an always hot arrangement whereby it's always hot and connected, this fuse. So here, this relay, you can energize it. One side, it's powered from one side. So what is left here? The ground. When we ground this relay, these contacts here will close and the electrical current will come all the way to the load. And you can see our lights are grounded here. So this is why I was telling you that I've already checked the ground and they are fine, the ground for my lights. So right now, a relay can either be powered by the negative side, from the negative side, or the positive side. Now this simple relay, because it's already powered from the positive side, the only choice that we have is to power it from the switch, and that is grounding it. You can ground it from a switch, or the ECU, the BCM, the CEM, or the IECM. So what happens is that this electrical control module here, or unit, you can activate this relay by grounding it, providing the ground to the circuit, and it will be a complete circuit. Or this switch right here, you can just press the button, then you activate the ground. Now if you ask me, how comes we have a positive current coming to the switch, but when you press the button, the current comes out as a ground? The reason is, this switch, it can have a negative oriented diode, or a chip for that matter. It's an assembly. This one here, it's an assembly. Some switch might have that negative triggering ground diode, whereby the current enters as positive, then it leaves the switch as negative because of that diode assembly. So what we are going to do right now, because we don't have an ECU in our case, this switch here is the one maybe that is going to ground this relay or power it. We are going out there to see, so that we can understand better. First of all, we have to switch the ignition switch on. But before you switch the ignition switch on, let me see if you have any current flowing through the switch assembly. That's right. We have a power source. So this goes to tell us that the switch is powered. You don't have to switch the switch on, the ignition switch on, to power this electrical assembly switch. So now we have our power, we have our power source. So I've already connected my test light to the pin where I'm going to probe for a ground signal. So you can see it's my test light is hooked on this green wire. I think it's probably pin 1, that one there, the green wire. So I'm looking at it. I want to back probe it and see what will happen. If we have a green light on the test light, we know that we have a good ground there, a good ground signal. So there you go. I'm back probing for the ground, and you have that ground. And now that one is for the circuit of the running lights or the parking lights. So you have a good ground there, a good ground signal. So that means that our relay is powered from the ground side, pin 85. So let me check the other wire, the next wire. Okay, so this is the second wire, the red and purple wire, this one here, this one. I want to back probe it. Remember, we've already back probed the first wire, the green wire. So let me see if we have anything. The parking lights are already on, so now I'm switching the lights on, and there you go. So that tells me that this switch, it powers the relay, the lighting relay. It provides the ground signal. The relay is already powered from the fuse box, from the supply, from the fuse box. So now that we know our parking lights are grounded by that switch, so it means that they are already powered. They've got the power already running to their circuit. The only thing that they need is the ground. Alright guys, so the dashboard trim panel is already set, and all these switches are in place. So what I'm going to do is now under the hood there to the front, I've already found those two wires to the lighting relay, both the parking light relay and the headlight relays. Okay guys, so right now I'm already done fixing the relay switch issue. And right now when I switch this light to when I turn this knob now to the parking lights position, you can see right now the lights are on. There you go. They are on, the lights. And if I turn on the headlights, now this is the headlight position. Look at it. Nice. Though they seem to be quite dimmer because it is daytime right now, but they are working on fine. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up